Morning, everybody. This is Michelle from michellevocht.com, and it's time for your Sunday morning live, Sunday morning with the angels, where we receive inspiration and upliftment. This morning's message is about acceptance. You know, sometimes there's this one situation that is nagging at you all this time, or you really feel worried or anxious about a specific situation. Sometimes we can't even put our finger on it. It just feels uncomfortable. And then at other times, there is either a specific situation or a person that is really just making us feel uneasy, or we're really anxious about something. When we move it into the energy of acceptance, acceptance is saying, I am willing to honor this situation. I am willing to look at this situation from a different perspective. Acceptance says, I may not like what is going on. I may not like, or this is not what I really wanted, but I accept it. I allow to be at peace with it, because I know that this situation or this nudging feeling that I have is really just all being as it should be. It's going to be part of my outcome. It's going to be part of my journey. So this morning's message is about understanding and receiving that acceptance really brings about a whole new outlook on the situation, a whole new different feeling. You know, the biggest gift that acceptance brings is it helps us to look at a situation without judgment. Very often when something happens that disturbs us, the first thing we judge is right or wrong. This situation is wrong, or that was not right. And the saddest part is that we judge ourselves. We don't feel good enough, or we feel that we have failed, or we feel insecure, or we feel anxious, or we feel scared. We don't feel safe anymore. And those are hard feelings to look at because it makes us feel vulnerable. We must understand that everything in your life, the people, the situations, are all there to help us to become the best versions of ourselves. And if I can be the best version of myself, and if I can look at situations and people and incidents in my own life without judging myself, then it will be so much easier to reward the same to others and to not judge others. You see, a lot of the times when we feel in judgment of ourselves and others, it's really just because we don't feel good enough, or we are impatient with ourselves, or we think we can do better and we must do better. And we run around in circles and we force things and we chase situations just because perhaps maybe we are also not in acceptance of ourselves and where we truly are and what we truly about. When you fully accept yourself for who you are and where you are, then you can fully embrace the same in others. And you know how much peace comes from acceptance? Do you know how much peace comes? Have you ever had that feeling of safety? How does it feel like to be safe? How does it feel like to know that everything is going to be okay? It feels good, doesn't it? It makes you feel that there is someone watching over you. It makes you feel that, yes, I can trust. Yes, I can let go because I'm going to be okay. Acceptance brings that about. The minute that you move a situation, a feeling, Perhaps maybe you know that there's a specific weakness in yourself or a challenge that you have with yourself. Have you tried moving that into acceptance as opposed to blaming yourself? Or when there is a situation or a person that is nagging at you and worrying you, making you fearful or making you angry, have you tried to move that into a place of acceptance and say, I may not like what is going on, but I am at peace with it. Why? Because I know that when I stand in my own truth and when I am willing to look at myself without judgment, then so I can look upon another without judgment. The only thing I have to do is be the best version of me, because that will allow others to become the best versions of themselves. We can also ask the question, do we extend love and acceptance of another just so that we can feel good about ourselves, or that we try and change them, or we try and change the situation? No, that's not what it's about, because even what you are going through, you're not trying to force something that you are not. You are trying to change for the better of you and embrace and accept vulnerability within yourself. So just for today, know that it is okay to go through these feelings, and know that it is okay to honor yourself every step of the way, whether it is good, whether it is bad, whether it feels hard, whether it feels angry, whether it feels anxious or stressful. That's okay. Just embrace all of these feelings and move it into acceptance. And once you've said, I accept this, I am at peace with it, then open yourself up and ask yourself, what is a different way that I can experience this? How can I celebrate myself? How can I love myself more? How can I appreciate myself more? And how can I be the best version of me in my own truth, where I stand authentic? So acceptance is the first step to really loving ourselves unconditionally, and then extending the same to others. And once you have learned to do this without judgment, then we're also able to love others in the same way. So this week, work with the energy of acceptance. When something happens, or when you are experiencing something, move it into acceptance and say, I'm at peace with this. Which areas am I not at peace with myself? Check those, love those, embrace those, and put your focus on those. And for the rest, be in the flow of what happens after that. And know and trust that with God and the angels' help, you are safe, you are protected, and everything is working out exactly as it should, and you can just trust in that. My name is Michelle from michellevucht.com, and this was your weekly Sunday morning with the angels. And just to show you the message that we've received this morning from Archangel Raphael that talks about this acceptance. So please continue to give your worries, hand over your fears. Don't try and force stuff. Don't try and fix things, but rather move into acceptance first and embrace it from there. Another message we've received is Archangel Michael, you are safe. Hang in there. Things are improving. You have got spirit helpers and divine helpers helping you. So for this week, move into acceptance. Love yourselves. Don't compare. Don't be in judgment of yourself. It will flow to others. And expect good outcomes. Have a lovely Sunday fun day, and we'll see you next week. Thank you, everybody.